built in 1883. There was a fire in 1893, and it was repaired. And the building, the original building that is seen today, Abraham Synagogue, was that building after the repairs. I was bar mitzvahed in B'nai Abraham Shul when I was 13 years old in 1941. The synagogue was patterned after early Jewish synagogues in Eastern Europe. The building is unique. It looked like a country church in this area because there was a lot of churches and they were built simply, small, economically constructed, but there was a love and a respect for religion that you don't find anymore. I had been trying to find some way that the building would be taken care of by some facility, some organization, someone that you could depend on that had the finances, the will, and the dedication that know that the building would be here and not become a hardware store or a mosque or whatever. I wanted someone or some organization, like I stated, that if Mimi and I were no longer here, they would see that the synagogue was maintained.
We got a phone call in the Federation office one day, and Dana Epstein, our assistant director, got the call from Leon Tobin in Brenham. Told her he had this synagogue that he'd been taking care of for decades, and he was getting up there in years, and he wanted to know if there was any interest in Austin taking the synagogue. Dana, later that day, told me about it, and I said, you know what, let's go see it. It was on the outside very simple, very plain. Some people suggested it looked like a church. When you went inside, no question you were in a synagogue. It looked just like Eastern European synagogues I had seen before, with dark wood, with a balcony, with the bima in the center. It was just breathtaking, and that's how we began.
I sat there for 15, 20 minutes, and I talked to Mimi, and Mimi said, "You want to move it, don't you?" And I said, "I sure would like to move this building because it would be used, because I understand Austin's really got a lot of growth." And she said, "Let's move it if you want to." I said, "Really?" She said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I said, "Well, let's see what we can do."
This is the end of an era, and this whole shul of the rural Texas Jewish heritage has almost disappeared. And this is an opportunity to be a part of preserving that and almost resurrecting this building to be used again. It'll be here forever. As long as the Dell campus is here, this building will be here.
For the last half century, when it wasn't used very often, it was used by Leon. He would go there, he would sit, he would know where everybody else sat. It was a place where it's very spiritual and where he could pray and he could be part of his family. So I think there were mixed feelings, but I think Leon, understood more. Leon and his wife Mimi understood that the future in the Jewish world, Jewish life, was more important in a sense than the past. That it was more important to preserve this as a living synagogue and as a place of Jewish worship and Jewish learning and Jewish life cycle ceremonies. That in the end, he realized that this was the right thing to do, and Leon has been an incredible partner every step of the way. Leon and Mimi in this enormous undertaking.
To tell you the truth, I have confidence in the populations of the future to show the respect and the gratitude to the people who kept Judaism alive when they came to this country and did the things that they were raised with, and they kept the traditions and the rituals that Judaism was all about. This congregation in Brenham continues because there was a spark in me from the Orthodox beginning that I lived with in my family, my grandparents, that I saw and I felt and I still know that I wanted this building to go on. And that's why I feel that this building will always be something special in Austin, because it came with love, it's going to be there with love, and it's going to keep the Jewish faith as long as it's standing.